So I'll say info.app.name. My super cool app, I'll do info.app.description. Just give a little nice description for our application. And then I'll also give version. So info.app.version equals 1.0.0. And you can give any property names as long as they start with info dot. And this will actually be used by the /info endpoint when we access it. All right, so I just make those changes, save it. Spring Boot will automatically reload our application thanks to DevTools, since that's in place. Now I can swing back over to my web browser. It's simply do a reload on this Actuator /info. And voila, there we go. So now it's reading information from my application.property. So it uses any of the properties that start with info dot, and I'll return that as a JSON object. So this is really cool. So one thing I like to do is add JSON Pretty Print plugin to the Chrome browser, just so we can see this in a nice, pretty fashion. Because right now it's all one big line or whatever. If you're using Firefox, this already has it built in. So in Firefox, just choose the raw data and then choose Pretty Print. So Firefox has it built in. I'll just go through some additional steps here to kind of get Chrome up and running with this plugin. So I'll simply go to lovetocode.com/Chrome JSON formatter. This will redirect us to the plugin that we can use for Chrome. Alrighty, so we'll see this JSON formatter here. We just choose the option over on the right, add to Chrome. Accept the prompt here to add the extension and any follow-on prompts that you may have. And now if I go back to my web page and just reload this page, I should see the plugin show up here for Chrome. Okay, great. So what you see in the top right, that's the Pretty Print plugin for Chrome. So right now it's showing it as parsed. You can see raw, just the JSON without any formatting or pretty printing, and parsed is for pretty printing. So just to kind of make it easier for a human to read for this given setup. But there we go. So we have the JSON data coming back for our /info endpoint. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward here. Let's expose more Actuator endpoints. So we can use the wildcard star to expose all endpoints, or we can expose individual endpoints with a comma delimited list. And I'll add the entry here to expose all the endpoints. So I give the entry here, management endpoints web exposure.include equals star. So that's the wildcard to expose all the given endpoints for our given application. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and save this here. Our app is going to restart. And then one thing to notice here in the console, we have more endpoints that we can take a look at and play around with. Cool. So swinging back to our web browser, let's test this out. So I'll go to /actuator/beans and good. So this is a list of all the Spring beans that's registered with our application. This also includes internal beans and so on, and also any beans that you created with @component. So this is good for debugging your given application to see if a given bean's been created or if it's being used in your app. Also, let's take a look at another endpoint here, /actuator/thread dump. Okay, good. So this will give us a list of all threads that are running in our application. And this is really good for analyzing and profiling your application's performance if you're looking for any bottlenecks or anything. And then another endpoint we can take a look at is /actuator/mappings. So this will give us a list of all of the request mappings for your given application. So if you want to say, hey, what endpoints are being exposed, what request mappings are available, that endpoint can really help you out in that regards. Okay, good job. We've exposed the Spring Boot Actuator endpoints and went through and tested out a couple of them. So this looks pretty good so far.